There, how are you? So let's talk about intermittent fasting specifically for us women in our 40s and how you can make it work so that you can burn fat and get well, because you can. I'm Amanda, I am 44 now, and I'm a wife and a mom of two, a 5 and an 8-year-old, and I am intermittent fasting user. I have been using intermittent fasting for almost 2 years now. Here's the scoop. I started off trying it on my own for a couple of months, and then in September of 2018, I joined the Faster Way to Fat Loss. I am still a Faster Way to Fat Loss client, and also in March of 2019, I became a Faster Way to Fat Loss coach so I could teach others how to use intermittent fasting in their 40s to get well and burn fat. So this is what I do every day. I have been using intermittent fasting every day since September, I believe it was 16th, 2018. And it has taken me through birthday parties and Christmases and weddings and travel for work and vacations and just my everyday life, and made me feel happy again. When I was 43, right around my birthday, May 2018, I was struggling. Inside and out, head to toes. I was anxious all the time, so much that I couldn't fall asleep at night. I was exhausted, didn't know why, but I knew I was falling asleep on the couch by accident in the afternoon when it was time to really be getting dinner going. I was just frustrated all the time, and I didn't know why, but I knew there had to be something better. And I even went to my doctor, my gynecologist, and both of them said, oh, that's just 40s, that's just hormones, and you might even gain a little weight. And I was like, okay, I'm already gaining weight even though I'm still exercising, and that is not what I wanted to hear. So that is why I'm here, because a year and a half later, I'm 44 now, I have lost the weight, I have lost the anxiety, I have lost the exhaustion, I've lost the frustration, and I have gained muscles, I've lost inches, and I've gained confidence and finally happiness. Like the opposite of frustrationness is what I have now. Now, even on tough days, like I think I'm coming down with the cold, and I had to spend an extra hour getting out of bed this morning. I still thrive because I've got this confident feeling. I have mood balance. I've got this feeling, and it is amazing. It feels so good, and I want that for you too. I want you to know that there are plans out there that you can follow step by step to burn fat and get well in your 40s. And the one that I wound up investing in and stayed with all this time, simply because I'm like, well, if it isn't broke, I am not going to fix it, is the Faster Way to Fat Loss. I joined, like I said, in September 2018 and learned how to use intermittent fasting along with eating the proper nutrition and exercise and mindset. And those strategies took me about 6 weeks to learn. And then I joined the Faster Way to Fat Loss membership, which supports me month to month. It's like my healthy living support group for intermittent fasting and all things. And it is just phenomenal. And that is how I pull this off. So what I first learned was that intermittent fasting simply means choosing not to eat on a schedule. And in the Faster Way, the timing they recommend was to have 16 hours of not eating and 8 hours of eating. So I finished dinner by like 6:30. Then I don't eat again the next day until about 16 hours later, which is about 10:30 or 11. So it's after a few days, that was absolutely no big deal. I was very surprised because when I tried it on my own for a few months prior, it was very hard. But here's the deal breaker. We also learn how to use the right nutrition. So as a Faster Way coach, I teach my clients, how do you focus on food that's not processed? How do you focus on getting enough nutrition that you feel great during your fast? How do you make food taste delicious so that it's what you want to eat and it's what's fueling you and serving you? We learn how to track macros, which is kind of like giving our body a fuel gauge so that we're ensured that we're getting enough of the right stuff to burn fat. Because if you don't get enough of the right food and fuel, you don't burn fat. Isn't that crazy? And if you don't get enough of the right food, fuel, you don't have your energy and your confidence. So I teach my clients about using intermittent fasting, balancing it with nutrition, and using smart exercise that's safe for us 40-somethings. That's kind of like the cherry on top. I had come, as I said, from over-exercising and was really hurting my body, but not losing any more weight. Like I told you, even kind of gaining weight. So a lot of that anxiety, exhaustion, frustration, and weight gain wasn't just from food being off, but also from exercise being off. And that's another piece we learn in the Fast Away, so that what we're doing makes so much sense for us 40 somethings and doesn't waste any more time. It's just super effective. Last but not least, we learn about mindset. I teach my clients that we are going to value progress over perfection. So as you're learning to use fasting and how to get the right nutrition and track what you're eating and use your exercise, there's going to be stumbling along the way, and that's totally normal. Just like when your kids were learning to walk, everybody stumbles, and then we learn to walk, and then we learn to run. We take on that same mindset in the Fast Away. We're going to make progress. We're not going to expect ourselves to be perfect, because this isn't a diet that we're going to fall off of and waste our money and time on. This is a lifestyle. Using intermittent fasting is something you can do for the rest of your days if you choose to, especially with the support of a community around you like the Fast Away. So I mentioned that membership we have, and I've been in it for a year, and I'm staying in it. I have clients in it with me who are in their 70s, and they're going nowhere. That's the beauty of this intermittent fasting, is that once you learn to use it as a lifestyle and support it with the right nutrition and smart exercise, you've got this. You get your energy back, and you get a lifestyle you can keep living that is going to keep your mood balanced, because you know what is happening there? Your hormones are balanced, which we know is tough in our 40s and as we head into menopause. Your blood sugar is balanced, and everything just feels great again. You get that energy back when all that comes into balance, and you're unstoppable. So if you're interested in having support in 2020 in using intermittent fasting and getting well in your 40s and burning fat, I would love for you to come join me in the Fast Away to Fat Loss. January 6th is my next round. And we just start together on day one, and I walk you through everything step by step. I have everything mapped out. There is nothing for you to do, nothing for you to figure out, just to trust the program and live your life. And I help you find ways for it to fit into your lifestyle. And I help you find the recipes. I give you meal plans. I give you workout plans, give you all the tips and tricks that I've learned having done this myself for a year and a half. And you get well, and you burn fat, and you amaze yourself, and you change your life. I'm just saying.